how to start this review. How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope that you guys are all having a great day. If you guys would please give this film review a thumbs up. If you guys do enjoy it, subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos. And we're going to be talking about the Smurfs 2. I've already talked about the first film. And, wow. You know, a sequel is supposed to improve on what the first film laid out. I think one of the best examples in cinema history is The Empire Strikes Back, improving on what A New Hope laid out. Same thing for the Alien to the Aliens movie. Same thing from Terminator to Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Someone explain to me why... Where did I give the Smurfs, the original movie from 2011? I gave it a 4. I'm going to tell you for a fact, at the end of this video, I'm going to make sure you understand why I gave it not a 4, and I gave it something worse. Okay? First off, if you missed out on my review of Smurfs, I do have a Smurfs playlist here on the channel. I encourage you guys to check it out. If they ever decide to make an actual Smurfs 3 live action adventure, I will review it and put it in that playlist for you. But as it stands, The Smurfs 2 is a satisfying conclusion to the adventures that the first film from 2011 started. That being said, The Smurfs 2 is rated PG. It's about an hour and 45 minutes long, and it is way too long. This film needed to be just like, I don't know, a miniseries, a TV show, because there is so much in this film that is basically The Smurfs 1.5. It's not a 2, it's a 1.5. I mean, it literally reuses a lot of the exact same plot elements from the first film. There is a plot where Patrick's stepdad comes into play. And so they throw in more of this family element into the Smurfs franchise. But it kind of gets overshadowed by a lot of other far more interesting things happening, like, you know, Smurfs' backstory, Gargamel still being in the real world, the Naughties. There's so many plots happening, and it kind of just gets overshadowed. There's a lot of stuff happening. Like I said, the film reuses a lot of plots. I mean, it reuses the whole fish out of water plot, like the original did. And unfortunately, because it's reusing it, it's very unoriginal. Now, what this film does do good is reunites the Smurfs with the humans. But that's about it. So they reunite because they need to stop the evil wizard Gargamel from using his evil creatures that he has created, which has no explanation as to how he creates his naughties, his aka evil Smurfs, to kidnap Smurfette in order to make a new Smurf army that Gargamel can control and be worshipped by. Now, that's fine. It's a decent enough plot, but it really doesn't get explained in full detail as to like how he's going to go about doing certain things and how certain things are going to work. It's just magic. And all magic is based in science, and this film has none of that, unfortunately. I think this film is going to be great for small children that don't have full-grown brains because they won't be able to understand really what's happening on screen. But if you're older than 7 years old, you will find that this film is completely annoying. It's completely irritating. It's full of a bunch of cheesy one-liners. It's full of unfunny gags. There's slapstick comedy throughout. And the film lacks ambitious character development and unpredictable plots. Okay, this film is so predictable. You know exactly what's going to happen constantly in this film 10 minutes ahead of time. I mean, I guessed the plot of the movie based on the opening scene of Smurfette and her origin story. And you know what? I was completely right about the entire film. And let me tell you something. I don't like that. I, as a human being, I know I've seen like, 1,000 movies in my lifetime. But, and I understand that film writers and directors and producers, they take inspiration from what's come before. But you can't do a copy paste job and expect people not to notice. You can take inspiration from other things that have come before you, but you got to put your own spin on it. You got to put your own twist on it. You got to make it your own. This film just feels like the greatest hits of movies from the past 20, 30 years, and it does nothing original. There was nothing in this film that gave me a shock and awe value. There was nothing in here that I'm just like, oh, that was creative, that was unique, that was an interesting spin on this formula, on this, character like plot element. There's none of that in here. And it disappointed me. I get disappointed when a film is completely derivative of originality. Lastly, I want to end the review with two things. I've never seen this film before watching this movie for the sake of this video. So that was nice to watch something, but I don't plan to ever want to rewatch this film again. The humor was fine. Sometimes it was over the top. And then lastly, the la 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 song. I think it plays like maybe 3 times, maybe 4, but it wasn't overdone unlike in the original Smurfs film from 2011. So thank God they took that feedback from people. But guys, overall, the Smurfs 2, while it does feel like a fine conclusion to the franchise in this live action format, it was really a bonkers ending, and I feel as if though this film was like corporate mandated, not just because the first film ended on somewhat of a cliffhanger, but they're like, okay, we need to make another one because I guess the first one made enough money to justify it. Just because a film is successful does not mean you need to greenlight a bazillion sequels and prequels. Okay? I wish studios today, like Star Wars and the MCU, would take a hint, but is what it is. So, with that, guys, I'm going to give the Smurfs 2 a 3 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Have an excellent day. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you guys agree or disagree? Why or why not? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.